Beside me.
Well, I can tell you, I'm truly delighted to join you, Peter, and thank you very much for that.
So off we go then. So this, the first game beyond the halfway point of the season. Stoke are having to deal not just with their opponents, but also with a congested fixture list. It's at times like this when depth of resources becomes so important.
And it's a time when the squad is called upon to help keep everything ticking over. That's why we see the bigger squads these days for weeks like this.
It's Bojan. Bournemouth were imperious when the two sides last met, and the fans are asking for more of the same. Was good pressing, forced the error to put an end to it before things could get even more threatening. Raphael. Bojan. So what now? Very far from making something happen by himself. Lovely to see.
Well, he had the chance to release it left and ended up making the wrong choice by going it alone. He just took on way too many there, and he's got to think about that a little bit more and make a better decision.
Oh, he's come flying in. Shot a goal! Decent strike, kept it fizzing low.
Well, that may have caused the keeper some real problems had it stayed on target. Got lucky then.
Passes it through. Shade too heavy, keeper can pick that up. Distant. Stoke looking really energetic early on. It is a high press. Danger averted for now. Volshade positions himself well and cuts it out. Bojan. Spell of possession this, but very little to show for it. First quarter of an hour gone. Neither side yet able to force a breakthrough here. Long and high towards the flank. Here it comes. That's one way of trying to make things happen. There's a few who could follow that example. Imbula puts his foot on the gas. Shaqiri. Not much subtlety, he's launched himself there. And out to safety. Good idea, just poorly executed. Sliding in. Imbula. Cuts it out. Distant. Tries a through ball. Bojan has a go! Oh, and they really should have been made to pay. surely have scored there more times than not. Raphael. Imbula. Raphael. Goes long and forward. Promising move that. Good inroads into enemy territory, but no joy. Tries to stroke it through. He's made sure that that won't get through. Imbula. Shaqiri. Raphael. Bojan. Ball's loose, who's getting there? Belts one! Oh, nearly. Needed to be better than that, and he knows it. The ball's come loose, and the chase is on. Questions were asked, but he's given the answers. Whose ball? Who's going to get there? Towards half-time, and it is still scoreless. It's a loose ball. He's going after it. Big chance! Got away with one there.
I love to see a team closing down from the front like that, and I think they did brilliant to win it back and get the shot away.
The right now, what's on? And that's a foul. Free kick's been given, and that's going to be a booking. Timely intervention. Just 5 minutes left until the break. Looks like a good ball through. And the flag has stayed down. Looks to dink one in. Header! Went with his head but couldn't steer it in. making his presence felt.
He's just a nightmare for any defence. His movement, his pace, his anticipation, it's on another level. It's so hard for any defence to contain that.
Needed a better pass there. Imbula! It's broken loose. He's had a goal! He's got away with one there. The whistle goes for half-time. So there was the first half.
Stoke ended that first half in such a strong fashion. I think we'll just have to wait and see now if they can rekindle that drive and that determination. It's been great commitment, and that has to be maintained in the second half.
Interesting half, just missing goals, so don't be surprised if the second half brings a change to the scoreline at the break, 0-0. Second half gets underway.
Stoke playing well with lots of opportunities and plenty positives to take from the first half. Despite this scoreline, converting chances would make a world of difference for them.
Well, it did look promising to start with, but in the end they were thwarted before they could even make it into the final third. It's all a little short of forward momentum, lacking thrust. Shaqiri.
I think they're building the play really nicely. If they can just find the right through ball, they could be in on goal.
Pushes it out wide. Shaqiri plays a clever pass. And the ball's come out! He can pounce on that! Oh, he's really drilled it!
And that's a very, very good strike too. I mean, he kept it very low where the keeper doesn't like it. Well, you can sense they're really going for it now. This is gung-ho, and only a goal will do for them.
It's come loose. Bournemouth seek a performance here which reflects rather better on the boss. He's taken a fair amount of criticism in the wake of the last game.
Listen, there's just no hiding place, and it was refreshing to hear him admit to getting it wrong. He miscalculated, human error, we move on.
Crunching tackle. Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. Well read, he sorted that out. Still, it's a game that needs a bit of life injected. Imbula floats one over. Oh, good ball. Has a hit! Oh, my word, my It's right from the top draw. The breakthrough arrives at last. Oh my goodness, that has ripped the rigging.
Oh, the contact was fantastic, right on the bootlaces, and it packed a lot of venom for what was a really potent strike.
Stoke take the lead, 1-0.
Oh, half-time has been a blessing for this team. You know, what a great start to the second half.
Now the pass. Shawcross charges in. So they've got the only goal to give them a 1-0 lead. He's on the move, and he's going to have to go it alone. It's a loose ball. And he's there to hoof it away. Bojan Krkić displaying his defensive capabilities there. That's no striker's tackle.
You have to admire commitment like that, because he could easily ignore that and just kind of walk around and let others do all the chasing, but instead he looks as if he relishes the chance to dig in for his team here.
Stoke are seeking to correct a bad recent habit of conceding goals around this time. And he's through on goal. Raphael. Forward it goes. Shaqiri. Good ball over the top. It's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Fine defending there. And it's Bojan. Stoke hit to make a change here. Bojan Krkić hurtles into the tackle. That'll be a throw. It was a move that looked promising, but eventually thwarted without doing any harm. Going to be a change here. There's a man waiting to come on. So here he is, making his first appearance in new colours. Another piece of really good defending. Shaqiri with a delicate ball. Gista. Fine defending there.
Well, listen, when it's congested through the centre of the pitch like that, they'll threaten more from the wider positions.
Chip through. That's clear cut. It's a free kick. packed a punch. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. Distant. That'll be a corner. Loose ball, who's going to get that?
Well, I think they've shown a lot of courage in looking for another goal, but if it backfires, the coach will certainly come in for some criticism. They need to keep the ball.
Pumps it upfield. Another piece of really good defending. You felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. He's made certain that won't get through. Crunching tackle. Oh, good interception. Oh, clinging on for the points here, right at the end. Another piece of really good defending. Has a look and has a go. Oh, and that should have been two.
What a huge let-off that was. Conceding them would really have left the momentum to climb.
That's really good defending. They'll try from distance. Oh, and they really should have been made to pay. Stoke just have to run down the clock.
They need a bit more urgency in their play. Time is ticking away.
Tries to switch the play. Raphael, hit long and direct. The ball needed to be better there, it's a wasted chance. Boots it upfield. Fine defending there. No, that's not the ball he wanted. Looks to slip it through, played out wide, nicely controlled, hoists it high, tries to dink it in, Distin does well to read it and intercepts. And that is that. Terrific contest, it really might have tipped either way, the margins were tiny. Just a goal in it, but that was enough.
Yeah, and I think after that solitary second-half goal, they did what all good teams do and protected their lead.
Thanks to Jim alongside me, and as the fans make their way home, so must we. Good evening to you.